A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not.
Alright, hello? Can you hear me now?
I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Damn, this blood worth 3,000. Should find out another head I can eat, bro. I ain't even gonna do him like that.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm
Can you
sure
hear
they
me?
can be useful.
No? That's fine. Piece of paper complex needs to be analyzed. Okay, for sure. You know that coding is just these page profile. Man, this nigga want to live this shit. Yeah, you're a vampire from the beginning. When you first, when like, I don't want to run the beginning though, but you start off like you a new blood too. You ain't even been a vampire that long. So you start the game waking up as a vampire. Oh, fine. What you doing, fine? What's
It's
this?
locked, all right.
I'm sure
Man,
that...
shut up before I eat you, nigga.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
It's such a pleasure. Shut your
Please
ass up
show
so
me
you can
what you
come up.
have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
This nigga lucky this where I work at and I don't want to get in trouble right here because I'll eat his ass. Oh, you can't sell none of the other weapons. Yeah, what's all these locked ass doors?
It's locked.
How am I supposed to get up in the hospital?
I'm sorry you ended up.
What in your pocket, Tommy? Yeah, man. Vampire on a whole new level. Oh, so now I know. Ain't your wife dead, fam? I'm gonna send you to where your wife at, homie. As soon as I get around to you. Or is this the nigga who died? Yeah, I think that's the nigga who died. I'm gonna have to find the girl. Man, how the fuck do I want me to get up in this hospital
I
before the
cannot
doors
enter.
is locked? This shit here got me going this
It's locked.
yeah. Nigga, teach me how to get up in this hospital before I kill
Tomorrow,
you.
more bodies will arrive and then...
I cannot enter.
This nigga say he can't enter again, boy. It's gonna be a problem. I already know how to parry. It's so strange.
It's locked, all right.
All these
It's
locked
locked.
doors.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Whoa, I'm tripping, buddy. Nigga, stop fucking playing with me, buddy. Stop playing with me, nigga. Don't play with me, nigga. I only like this big ass weapon because you can parry shit. Nigga ain't on my level. Nigga. Sean Hamptons. That's 3,000 experience. See? I might have to drink, bro. Everything I love, I might have to drink, bro. Doctor gonna be like, why you drink them? I'm like, cause he needed to get drunk. Whoa, there's more of y'all. Whoa. Y'all niggas is tripping. Whoa, hold up, fam. Stop playing with me, fam. Stop playing with me, fam. Yeah, nigga, I'm a different type. Whoa, what you screaming for, buddy? Damn, I thought I parried. I didn't get it off, I guess, huh? Come on. Damn, I thought I got that parry off, too. Hold on, fam. Oh, no. Ooh, I had to get one of y'all the fuck up out of here. Why he keep screaming like that? So you gotta drink these motherfuckers to get your power up, though. That red bar is what you need to, the red bar is what you need to, use your blood powers. Like this, I got the claw because that's what Kylo wanted. Because, you know, that's one of the things I wanted anyways. I want to whoop a nigga ass with the claws. You feel me? Nigga talking that hoopla till you hit him with them claws. You feel me? You feel me? You don't feel me. Photograph in the wallet. Whoa, what's really going on here, fam? See, the two I got is the claws and the healing. That's the two I'm running right now. Cause I ain't getting that no shit. Where's the power list at? Oh, after a while you get 4 skills and an ultimate skill? I ain't know none of this. I guess you're gonna have to wait till I go to level up so I can show you the powers. I feel like where do I need to
I
be
cannot
going?
enter.
All these locked ass doors is making me mad. About to turn into that nigga off of next Friday. No more locked doors. It's called it. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to be a villain. This game is weird though, cause like I guess the game's difficulty depends on how strong you become. So if you really level your nigga up by drinking motherfuckers and all this shit, I guess the easier the game is gonna be, because you're just gonna be on a high ass level. Okay, this is definitely the way I came. Forgot that you can spread. It's over now. Pretty much. But from what I'm seeing, it's like you level depending on like your powers and shit, which is crazy because some powers you can only get at certain levels. So it's like that shit's kind of. I feel like it's kind of cheese. Like it's whack because I want to. I'm not saying I want to be the strongest. I just guess I want to fuck with 3 or 4, maybe 3, 4, 5 good powers and level them all the way up. The only way I'm doing that is by eating shit. And if I guess the game gonna be easy then, cause I'm gonna level up, nigga. Fuck out of here. As a vampire, you want me not to drink blood and not to be that nigga?
It's locked, all right.
If I'm out here vamping it up, I'm gonna be drinking all the blood, eating all the niggas that I feel like need to be eaten. I'm gonna save at least 10 to each one nigga I eat. But you feel me? I'm gonna be eating niggas for sure. Bro, I do not understand where the fuck they want me to go. I need to get back to where that spot was at, where the nigga said dead. So this is the doctor. I know it was this way. I remember going here. Whoa, I never came up in here. What's this about? And this game got that old school Oblivion to me, where it's like to level up you gotta like go home and sleep or go to a hideout and sleep and shit. Which is kinda crazy. Okay, I see. So that's why I'm running in a fucking circle. I'm gonna go over here and look first before I go back. Yeah, break this fucking window. Why is that playing with me? Whoa, she about to get bad for you, buddy. Whoa, whoa, level 11? Level 10? What's up with that?
There's one of them vermin!
Come on, nigga. Yeah, before you came, I had fought like a little mini boss.
Doesn't like burning, does it?
Oh, you wanna burn a nigga, huh? You wanna burn a nigga? Like that shit is okay. Like burning niggas is alright. Like literally right before you hit me up about it. This shit is funny. I was thinking that too when you jumped in. Like, damn, this nigga timing is crazy.
Over there! Roast it alive!
Whoa. And as you can see, like, from killing shit, you really not getting no gang of experience and shit. 'Cause you see, I've been killing shit, my experience still at the same. Maybe a little color, you feel me, a little more. Where the fuck is that at? Whoa.
This is not a place for you, sir.
Did I just run into some bullshit? Whoa. Let me get this, let me get this. This is clearly not where I parked my car at, so let me just get on. I thought I seen some bloodshed. I don't know, some type of fire or something, cause bro hit me with that shit was not playing with my life. And I was reading this shit, and it said that sunlight don't kill us. It said only the fire do. It said what sun does to us, it's like it bakes us from the inside, it look like, and we turn to dust. But as soon as the night comes, the motherfuckers start coming back alive again. So it's like, yeah, that's some crazy shit.
It's locked.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Whoa.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been
Dorothy
prepared.
Crane. By the end of the night, I'm gonna have my air her mouth.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
What you think, Khalik?
If you could point me in
Nah,
the
I'm
direction
trying to
of my
have
room
her
again,
drink
nurse.
me. If you catch
Second
what I'm
floor of the
saying.
hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
That's what I'm saying.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Whoa.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Damn, man. Sound like you on Ruby.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I'm gonna give you mine, though. We should still be topping the doctor off. Shit.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's
This
quite a
nigga,
blunt
man.
introduction, Mr. Hooks.
This nigga
You can
said,
call
"Well,
me
I'll pull
Milton.
your
I
cat."
speak my mind, Dr. Reed.
Damn.
Part of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh. So that's what type of nigga you be. You one of those. Oh, you the nigga with the dead wife, I think. The nigga I might end up eating. Oh, I see. I'm gonna fuck around and eat this nigga too. Oh, me, I am. I feel like eating everybody. I'm definitely gonna eat this nigga, maybe. Or was it this nigga? I would eat this nigga, but this nigga seemed like he the main nigga around this whole location. So eating this nigga might fuck with everybody here. I think Tom, the nigga that run the bar. I need to get all the hints for Tom so I can eat his ass the real way. I'm gonna eat Tom and I'm gonna eat the chick that work for him. You feel me? Cause I'm a different type of nigga. There's a gang of other motherfuckers to meet in that part though, so you never know who I might eat.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody's as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Whoa, this nigga said to keep my mouth shut, cause you bang white women. Whoa, you out here fucking the white woman.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already
He's
been attacked by
smuggling
patients,
weapons
you know.
and fucking white
And by
women.
gang
This
members
nigga
willing to
is
steal my
wild.
money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly?
So you like them turned up, huh, Khalid?
Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Man,
It sounds like things have been
this
a bit
nigga
rough
wildin' out.
recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Papa.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Damn.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
So I'll give her dick. That's pretty much. That's pretty much.
During the
What are you
war,
saying?
I
She
witnessed a
depressed,
few
I'm depressed, I'll
couples
give her this
just
dick.
like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do
should put her with
realize
the
you could
dick.
both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come
Unless
on,
they
Dr.
fucking
Reed.
me.
Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Damn, I fucked up. My bad. I started texting. Which one I was saying? I'll be fucking all up and down the hospital. Fucking, I'll be smashing on patients too. Damn, you reckless.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realised I could make a fortune.
Nah, you reckless. This nigga, I'm gonna eat this nigga.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs.
I can see this the type of nigga who gonna get ate, cause he low-key evil as fuck. You hear the shit bro said he doing out here in these streets? I'm pretty much out here. I'm gonna eat this nigga. Not right now though, you know. All good things to those who wait. I'm gonna eat, bro, though.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Oh, you think so, bitch? I'm trying to help my appetite. Oh, so you the one that's smashing this nigga who ain't no good. So if I eat him, I gotta eat you, huh? I will give a nigga a little bit of experience, boy. Yeah, I hit. I see what bro doing out here. I wonder if this nigga would be tripping if I start eating shit. Like, he's gonna be like, stop eating, bro. Eating shit is not okay, Bill. That party. Oh, I can't ask no personal questions for you.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual.
Man.
Especially
True, I'm gonna catch these niggas fucking and eat them both.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
He's gonna chat to me because I got powers.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
I'm gonna see.
You'd be surprised.
They need to add a
dedication
function
can
on this
achieve,
game where
Nurse
you can
Hawkins.
fuck shit. That's
In
the best.
medicine,
That's the best. Let's do it.
sometimes we're just
Mesmerize
test
a bitch,
results
take her in
away
the
from
corner
a
and give her the dick.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk.
I wonder,
like Nurse
technically that's
Brandy.
rape, huh? Now that I think about this a little closely, that could
How would you
probably be
describe the
considered rape.
situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of
I'm
everything.
backtracking for that statement. Hold on. Then 30 years later, she gonna come out the mesmerization like, he gave me the dick.
You
How
must get
dare
a
he?
hold of
I'm
yourself,
gonna
Max.
explode in jail, nigga.
Sorry.
That's
I'm
the same shit I was
exhausted.
thinking. Jail time?
No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
The message, but instead of message, it's jail time.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last
Nigga.
forever.
But they ain't
Even
gonna
the
know I'm a
Black Plague
vampire.
didn't kill
I'm gonna go in jail and
I
start
wish I
eating
could
niggas.
believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man.
Whoa.
If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of
Strong
reporting
with
you,
it.
Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna be mesmerizing the female guard. Shit, fuck it. I'm already in jail. What's the worst they can do to me? I'm in there getting it. Nah, but it's stupid though, cause I thought in the Vampire Legends, like, they got a natural, like, once you look them in the eyes,
Goodbye,
when
Nurse
it get
Hawkins.
naked, effect. So it's like, technically vampires is all about right there, evidently. Cause they cheating.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
Nigga, I
I
want
was
to
not
eat you.
myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Yeah, return to your flock, alright, fam.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Really?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest, and then I can go back to the people who need me.
Okay, I'm tired of talking
Goodbye,
to
Mr.
man.
Hampton. We'll talk again later.
That is funny how hard she playing that nigga though.
I have wasted too
That's
much
my
energy for
money.
so little
Good evening,
result.
miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, you some crazy
Your
pussy.
name has no
Crazy
meaning
pussy
to
right
me,
there.
mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal?
My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
Damn,
You keep
you worse than
calling
me.
me.
You said anything.
Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Prove it. Prove it. You a vampire, prove it. If you really a vampire,
Who
prove
are
it. Suck
you
on my
really,
dick.
Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you?
You a
Puny
vampire, prove it.
mortal.
Suck my dick.
What do you require?
Vampire
Proof
suck
of my
all the
powers?
time, right?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Nah, fam. Let me teach you how vampires feed.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
There ain't no motherfucking vampire. This shit crazy. Crazy as hell.
I don't
Talking
need
about
to believe
vampire.
anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
It is what you feel. She one of those. I feel like I'm black, so I'm black. I feel like I'm a nigga, so I'm a nigga. I feel like I'm a female, so I'm a female ass. One of them. She one of those.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I got some blood
I
you
see.
can have.
Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome?
First tuck me off though.
Never.
Then I'm gonna
It's
show
a
you where the blood
mental
at.
illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Ugh, sad and petty mortal.
New hit. Oh, you leash a
You can't
vampire.
even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Shit, I got a drug for you.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Boy, I'm gonna leave this nigga there. I can already tell.
A giant morgue disguised as a hospital.
Well, I guess talking to motherfuckers discovering hints to give you experience too. So I guess that's one way about going about getting experience. Eat her out, you sick dog. What is wrong with you? Dr. Reed. Dr. Reed. Nah, this is Reed Dick. Doctorate dropping it.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
I got a
Relegated to the
doctorate at getting
shadows.
this dick out.
A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Oh, Dragon Blade. Hold on now. Oh, Barker. Hold on now. Those only two arrow weapons? That's it? That's it for the heirlooms? Damn, I was hoping for at least a two-hand weapon of some kind, you feel me? Kalik, do you feel me? Kalik, the freak that never sleep? Nah, dude. I heard you playing Quill. Eat her out. That's what you on. You said something about cuckoo pussy tastes the best or some crazy shit that you was saying. We was doing. Don't tell me this is to change outfits, man. Yeah, this suit is whatever. That other suit had your boy Dapper down. Nah, um, somebody had told Kathy that the tickets if we want to go, we would have to buy the tickets at least a month or two before, like this time. So we would have to go in May as latest to buy those tickets. When is the URL of it, and how much is it gonna cost? You said in July?
The flower's dying. It needs water.
That's what I'm saying. Then look, you gotta be level 26 to finish this shit out.
I cannot enter.
So I'm gonna just do the main quest for a minute before I start exploring. If it's in July, I'm with it.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it.
Damn,
I'll
so I did
continue
this in the
tomorrow
back.
night. I have so much time now. Time to stay here until my research is complete.
Hopefully, if Kathy look out for your boy like I wanted to, Scorpion, yeah.
What about my thirst for blood?
Yeah, this shit crazy.
Hurry now, Doctor. It's freezing here.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Just humongous. They pulling up to the crib right now. Look at him when he walks. He looks like he's storing bags of groceries inside his sweatpants. This is ridiculous. What size shirt is that? So that gotta be a big size pizza. Wait a minute. He just came in the crib with 5 boxes of pizza. But they left the pizza store with 10 boxes. With these motherfuckers ate 5 boxes of pizza on the way to eat dinner. This is ridiculous. And to make matters worse, again, oh my lord, big orange, Syracuse University over there. And this huge lady is bedridden. The other lady is the black. I know they had to reinforce the foundation when they made this house for these big people, son. They overeat these ladies the salad. Thank God somebody trying to help me. What is going on at the bottom of Homeboy pants? He got split open. What is going on? Just look at the size of this one, too. Yo, they got nothing but big mamas and daddies in this house. This man's kneecaps are completely covered by his stomach. The only one who looks like he can shape his finger bone in the middle right there. The little kid looks like he's well on his way as well. And nobody explains what's going on at the bottom of this man's sweatpants. They got his stomach.
Yeah, my bad. I got caught up with this shit. Oh, what's this?
Calories just watching this joint. So I feel bad for the chairs. You put a mic next to the chairs. I'm sure you can hear the shit screaming. So they brought light to the furniture. This is ridiculous. I've never seen a place this big in my entire life. I know Thanksgiving at your house gotta be. It's all in goddamn fat fucking elbows. You know they can cook. But you know they ain't gonna have no leftovers on the Friday morning on Black Friday. There's gonna be no food left. Why this man's sweatpants split open and nobody telling them nothing? Then take a look inside the room. These ladies hella big, man. This is completely ridiculous. She's sitting in the bed with a split. Yo, if they die, they gotta go to hell by default. Because the clouds can't hold up this weight. You You know what? All of them might as well go down to the DMV and register themselves. Because if you get to this size, you're pretty much a vehicle. About this dark future. This is actually a lot of elements and tremendous results.
Yes, Doctor?
Of the family, the biggest was Drew, who weighed well over 700 pounds. In fact, his stomach reminded me of Randy Art on the episode of South Park where he beat himself to singular cancer and had to put his balls in a wheelbarrow.
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
My life. He decided to go to the doctor. So, some weight loss surgery, which he lost well over 50 pounds. And look at his body. It looks like an ice cream that was left outside in the sun. But guess what? Every single day. Money. You think he's gonna let his weight continue to get the best of him? This man was a former high school athlete. He's working every single day. Swimming, slamming medicine balls, climbing up mountains. This man burning calories like Hercules burns his genitals. This man cut more fat than a butcher at a slaughterhouse. He took his health, his own heat, and said, nah, I'ma get this right. And now look at him. Look.
Your
Yeah, this
dedication
shit
to
is
the Pembroke does
crazy.
you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea definitely works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane, thank you.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
So my favorite watch is the Rolex or the Rolex. It's about
I
having
wish I could be sick again.
time. I'm never on
Blood,
nobody's
fever.
clock. Never. Never. That's not how I live. Like, I 20 years in the game. Talk about yo, straight up. That's what I do. 20 years, straight up. That's what I do. That's why I talk to people. I'm not chasing after nobody. Everybody else, they start dancing. I ain't do that. I never done that. I'm not on anybody's time ever. Drake questions your background. That's fine.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Shout out to Bob. Have you had a sit down with Chris Miller? Have you spoken to him? That's phone, FaceTime, DM? You know what? Yeah, I like Quentin a lot. And Quentin is
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
extremely talented individual. And I don't want to talk about Quentin. You know why?
But the suffering continues.
Is on his path trying to be great as an artist himself. He's going through a lot as well. He definitely is. Man lost the leg and he definitely is going through a lot of it. He's not. And we're going to leave it at that. You do a song with him? I've done a song with him. What are you talking about? I've done a song with him. And I think I might owe him a verse. Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, I've already given him one. I think I owe him one. For me, like, yo. Yeah. Yeah. And it's real artistic. So I don't want to stick with that because we don't need to talk about that. Sure. What happens if other members get involved? What do you mean other members? What happens if more members get involved? I mean, listen, I've been doing this by myself for a very, very long time. I I shoot the club up. That's what I do. Like, that's what I do. Now I'm by myself in this. Yep. There is nobody else. There are no other people with me. I don't care. They always say, how involved is cardiac? He's not. That's all you. That's the twist. Yep. And I even said that. I even said that in Adidas. Yeah. You know, take it. Don't put him in my birthday. I want all of the things. Okay. Yeah, I love it.
This shit is crazy, though. And I want something to start tripping so I can use one of these new abilities on the
It's locked, all right. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. It's locked.
Damn, this in the hospital? All these niggas dead? Whoa, shit is cracking.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Where'd you come from, man? Oh, why are you hitting like that?
It's locked, all right. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
OVO 40 hunched over like 80. That's cold. What was up with Pusha T? Why he do them like that? Hold on, fam. You seen that, right? Where that nigga go? Oh God, it was just a nigga at the bottom who teleported. Hell no. Mm, nigga. That shit funny. People talking about Drake. He went too far. Ain't no too far.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
You feel me? I might have to drink 4-5 people.
It's locked. Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat. So that's a nigga I can drink then.
It's locked, all right.
gotta keep the stone going. I'm check on this nigga Cairo. Yeah, I'm telling you, this game is legit, man. Nah, this shit is legit as hell, though. Man, and I can't wait for E3. I know E3 they gonna reveal some shit. I already know what you meant. But Kathy work E3, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get her to give me some free shit. Yeah, most likely. I'm gonna see what's up. Get that. Fucking up. That's it.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage. Shit, I don't know if I can move like that with that teleport shit. That shit crazy though. Like they was making them clones.
Stop playing. Yeah, man, I'm talking to Kathy ass trying to get me a young burger for Five Guys, nigga. This shit pretty good. It's like Hawkins, damn it. Well, Hawkins is fire, though. Yeah, I think she just got off. My dumb ass will just go right back into here. Man, I need that double burger from Five Guys, man. I can't wait. Hopefully she off right now so I can be eating them like an hour. We shall see the truth. Nah, I'm a real one. I can't wait till you get your spot though, nigga. I miss being in the party with your fat ass. I be bored as fuck. Nah, that nigga smart, cool, but it's not the same.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls? When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Oh, he's been looking for me?
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. No.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Now that I've treated you, I need you to tell your wife here to suck my dick.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
So this your son.
How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a
So
physician.
if I help him, then this is it. Personal question, none of those.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Oh, I'm trying to get that mouth.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
I forgot how to use the fucking bathroom. Hold on.
Spoken to other people at the pool, she would have automatically thought that this lady was in imminent danger. She was not in danger. It's not okay for her to do that. It's not okay for her to walk away from black people screaming like that. Because there are people who would not listen to black people and would automatically do that. What she's saying is 100%. So this is not okay.
We're not saying that you were. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna address this real quick. Nobody's saying that you were at the other pool, okay? I misunderstood things. Why were you standing making a scene like that?
The young girl that's not out here, she's in there. She was threatening to kick my ass.
Okay, then why didn't you leave? Why did you have to scream as you're walking away for someone to help?
Because I was scared.
Alright, I'm back, Claire. I'm back up in this bit. Poke all in the hip. You ain't never seen this.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Yo, man. Tell me your son.
We were children. She was already talking to Ryan. That's the dude. Ryan. They always like there's two black dudes in there that I don't even know. They're doing a product photo. That's what you're talking about the Margaret. That's nothing with us at all. We're sharing it with my birthday. Okay. So
you did the green hair for your birthday? Is that what you always do?
But anyway, so she was chilling and she came up to the girl for one lock and said, "Hey, can I talk?" And of course, she's already tripping. So my friend was like, was actually being polite.
No, I don't want to.
Was being, I don't like being polite. Being polite. And she said, "No, I don't want to talk." And she knew that she was going nothing from the she probably just go home. That's what she said. Okay.
She said it nicely.
Yeah. So then she sat down. After she said that, she sat down, and then she was like, "I'll fucking kick your ass." And then so my girlfriend said,
she charged you for a bed.
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
So she said, and my girlfriend was like, "Who are you talking to?" She didn't say anything.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
We're gonna go somewhere. Thank you. So then we were still sitting there talking, and then she said it louder. She said, "I'll fucking kick your ass." And my girlfriend was like, "Who are you talking to?" And she pointed at the girl that was getting nice to her and told her to go home. She's like, "I'm talking to her," because I was trying to talk to her. Didn't let.
And she was like, "I told her I'm depressed and I had a bad birthday and she didn't want to listen to me. I'll kick her ass." That's what she says. We recorded everything.
Okay. And we recorded.
Okay. Letting me speak to this young lady first. You won't need anything.
Oh, okay. We're cool.
Thank you guys.
All right, anyway, come on.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Man. I can't wait till she let me hit.
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
Well, Dr. Swansea certainly has confidence in your abilities. Are you in charge of the nursing staff?
Not in an official capacity, but the Pembroke doesn't always work above board, so to speak.
What about medical protocols?
Dr. Reed, we don't have the money and resources here at the Pembroke like they do in the West End. We do what we can.
How is the duty roster organized?
Everybody works until they can't. If there's time, they'll eat a meal and shed a silent tear.
Steph Curry and Kendrick Perkins talking to each other. A lot of talk there on the bench. We head to the fourth quarter, a 10-point game. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe closing up. That will end the third quarter. Avalanche started the period well. Steph Curry and Kendrick Perkins talking to each other. A lot of talk there on the bench. We head to the fourth quarter, a 10-point game. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe closing up. That will end the third quarter. Avalanche started the period well. Steph Curry and Kendrick Perkins talking to each other. A lot of talk there at the bench. We head to the fourth quarter, a 10-point game.
She just lays down a sack. And the charge!
hand. She's on a full sprint. And she knows the second that ball has any arch in it, she is going full out. That ball's up in the air. She comes out of nowhere. Look at that. That is a sports center. Top 10, baby. Number one.
Man, Kathy has.
For how long have you been working here, Nurse Crane?
I first volunteered at the Pembroke in 1911, a few months after Dr. Swansea was appointed.
And before you arrived here?
If you must know, this was my first job.
What can you tell me about the epidemic, Nurse Crane? I've been out of touch since I've come back to England.
Everyday folks don't know how bad it is. The papers certainly won't tell them. Not as long as the war is raging on, anyway.
News on the front stated that the Spanish flu was under control.
At least in Britain.
It seemed to be for a while, but that was only last summer. It returned with a vengeance just over a month ago.
What can you tell me about our patients here at Pembroke?
This hospital was founded to help the East End poor and needy. But since the war and the quarantine, we've had all manner of folk.
Can you be more specific?
Well, veterans, the elderly, dock workers. We even have a few mental patients. If there's space, we take them.
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Okay, one thing you kids hate doing in this era is taking L's. Alright? L's build character. Okay?
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Two different people. If you say so. If you say so. Like, have you ever seen them together in the same place? No. You prove any of this? I don't think you prove no, to be honest with you. No, but they're two different people. Hey, man, if you say so. All right, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. You know better than me. I'm not in these streets. He combined them.
Charlemagne the Godhead, today's Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamersoft. Don't be a donkey. They call my friend Michael if you've been hurt in a construction accident. 212-962-1020. That's 212-962-1020.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Man.
Since your tenure,
I said the same shit when I seen the demo. When I seen the demo.
Perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
This nigga's a bitch. Wow. Why? That's crazy.
How do you identify a vampire? It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited. Vampire is action role-playing video game developed by Bill Nod and published by Focus Home Interactive. It's out on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Yeah, that shit do look good as fuck. I'll give you that. Definitely shitting on the new Marvel versus Capcom.
My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It
This
seems
nigga's
you
a
have bad
hater.
memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
This nigga's a bitch. I can't wait to find out your little dirty secrets.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe.
I kind of hate Nash nigga too, man.
For my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Nigga was smooth. That nigga was smooth hanging, oh bitch ass nigga.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on.
Let's see. Try to wake this nigga Brian up. Baker. I'm still playing this.
You should put your differences aside, don't you think?
Mama just got off work.
Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
But Daddy, I was be mad at me.
Maybe before you go to sleep.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Okay.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Oh shit, player. This nigga over here dying.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
To Faith our station? Who's that? Oh, to make Faith for White Station. Nah, I ain't talked to Station in like a couple of months, low-key. I don't even know like that.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arms fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Whoa.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
I feel you on that. You got some kids and shit. I can't even eat you, bro. I'm trying to think. Which one of these niggas is a hater? I met almost everybody in this bitch so far.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Yeah, I can't wait to catch that one.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
That's crazy.
It's locked.
That chicken, what a nursing.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year? You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Oh, is that you?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Oh, so the truth comes out, this bitch is helping this nigga scam. I thought so. I ain't tripping though, cause I'm gonna consume both these motherfuckers. I already got all this nigga information. I'm gonna eat both them motherfuckers, fam. These are two people I know for sure I'm gonna eat here. Maybe not, I'm gonna see though. I'm gonna probably just eat him. Cause I feel like if I eat him, she'll straighten out. Cause he the nigga that's clearly influencing her to be on some dumb shit.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead. Or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
Whoa, so she just don't give a fuck.
You put a price on hope. This goes against everything you swore to uphold as a nurse.
Report me then, Dr. Reed. Report the little nurse and keep on lying about the surgical errors, the wrong dosages and diagnostics that we all covered for the sake of our colleagues.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
This bitch here, that's why I'm about to eat that nigga, fam. I can eat it right there. Right there. Is this the mental address right here?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
No shit, nigga.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see this city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for food.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what every...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. Man, fuck you, nigga.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
I'm a stoner, I'm a stoner, I'm a stoner. What's that?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers trade union. The Wet Boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to book a saint, not even criminals.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. It's locked, all right.
Good to know. I need to eat a couple niggas in the East Dock. I know where I'm gonna eat niggas at now. Cause I don't really want to fuck the hospital up since these niggas be helping.
I cannot enter.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Much to do. Alvin doesn't have any eyebrows or eyelashes, so yeah, not much to do.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Oh shit, if it's in Leak. No, Divine League. Yeah. Like 10 minutes ago.
Since you seem quite
I'm
the
gonna
expert
fuck that
on
burger all
vampires,
the way up.
what could you tell me about
You
my
heard me?
condition and how
You
it
ain't
came
heard
about?
me.
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings in the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them as subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
How do Skalds come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Because they fake. That's why.
Since
They're not
I'm the
real.
one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand today?
Well, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar. It's locked, all right.
This shit crazy as fuck so far. See, I don't know how the fuck I never seen this third floor. Okay, probably because they never let the nigga up there again. They don't want to see a nigga profit.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
What if it fuck around she really is a vampire?
You must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
That shit would be crazy if she not crazy. Linda. Okay, you still tired? Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to get up or not, but I figured I should wake you up since it was so late. Go meet the hospital benefactor.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Mm-hmm. Miss Pippi Hawkins.
I will not let you down, my boy.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate? He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Man, this burger almost here. That's what I'm really focused on.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths. due to massive blood loss.
But the night schools is different. MJ's got this down pat, so yeah, and that's crazy. I mean, it's a typical response, so it's kind of remedial. Let's be honest. Just keep it out. It's basic like basketball. Everybody says that. It's not. Is it not? Is it false? It's not quite true. Let's go with that.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
Oh no, she's in the bathroom.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion.
Hey, Leek, I'm gonna jump on later, if anything.
Persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.